best entries and outright entry players in the world. Like, I think he's absolutely phenomenal, but it never fully clicks. I don't know if it's because he's an emotional player or what, but you don't quite see him fly the way that you see other big entry players around the world. He does get a lot of kills, but it doesn't lead to the outcome for the team. And just like this, suddenly all the momentum is back with W7M, despite that entry going OXG's way.
Yeah, Yoga is stuck inside the site now. He's just going to be watching the breach here, just trying to prevent any push forward. Diaz has actually moved himself away just outside of R6 room,
nice.
and that is a huge kill from Yoga, because Diaz is potentially going to have an opportunity once the Grim Bees moves away to maybe move back in towards the B-bomb chassis and challenge from the opposite side, but he might not be needed as Yoga finds the second out of 3. There's only one left, and all of a sudden W7M's advantage has melted away here in round 1.
I was going to say 30, and they were at 42%. W7M down at just 15. They like being aggressive. They like taking gunfights. And given that Oxygen are very happy to stack up and match them around the map and force these gunfights, I don't think we'll see too many plants going down, or if they are certainly not going to be the focus of the round. Here, for example, it's been all about the kills. They're in a 4v1. The plant, if nothing else, will just draw Diaz in, but they want to come in and finish him off here. They want to pad them stats thin. Plant going down, a 2k coming out as well, and suddenly they're like, right, forget about the plant for now. We've got to be super, super careful. They've got the information tin, the bulletproof in behind them. They see the diffuser going down, but Dode's going to find his man, W7M.
They're rotating the diffuser across to just try and get in there. Dodes is going to be the key man upstairs. If he can get the second kill, then it could open up for W7M. Dots manages to find Newers, and there it is. Dodes finds Hat. They've got the top floor. They can now surely get in and plant. Gomez knows. He sees the danger, and he goes for the retake and finds it. He can now play this. 10 seconds to go, but they manage to snatch the diffuser back, Des.
Oh, they'll get away with this one, I think, as well. There is a ping coming on through. Might get the angle, has to win the vertical fight. But Dodes already walked into...
For thought, they might just have to hit the brakes a little bit. Let's not forget, last time they attacked this side, OXG were able to hold on in the 2v4. So it could well be something they repeat. But if you remember, I said they cannot rely on those clutch moments, because W7M eventually will wear you down.
It's so frustrating for Gomez. He was trying to be the X factor in this round with a little roam up towards Highway, but it was still covered off by W7M. Even when they're in this 4 versus 3, they're still taking things slow, and Pana hitting the brakes and saying, look, we've gone fast at the start, now we go slow, we drone, we get these flank watches in, and everything is just moving in the way they need it to. Only 2 left on side here, and Hat and Diaz as well against the onslaught of 4, but again, W7M aren't panicking. They're hanging outside the building. They're not feeling the need to press in at any particular pace. Just wait for the opportunity to line up, and sure enough, a good C4. I thought might find 2, but no, finds 1. Dode's down to a slither of HP. He's got the right idea to the left of R6 room door. He'll see the barrel first and finds his man, but doesn't get the kill. Not flashed out, stepping in with the shotgun, still finding nothing, and in comes Dodes, who is...
It's one of their big qualities, is just having that opportunity, and they're willing to go for it. They are never scared of anything. Dash manages to find Gomez as well, and all of a sudden, OXG find themselves on the clock. Newers manages to pick up Dash. 4 versus 3, OXG still trying to use those verticals, still trying to find anything, but W7M, they've dipped themselves away largely, but Dots, he runs into Diaz. He's got no idea, Des.
That's unbelievable. He should have been dead to rights, but what a spin from Diaz. Newers getting another back. A 3 versus 1. The diffuse coming on through, but can they get it in time? Dode's starting to round on through. They've got no idea where it's coming from, but Newers has got a 3k, and OXG
just is watching the door there. It was great movement, but how about that? A pre-place from Yoga is going to do the job. Dots goes to the challenge, finds his man 2v2, but Gomez, he comes around to try and take it on as well. He can't manage to find him, and Dots is just going crazy on the blitz right now.
He's got this 1v1 if he gets the flash on, and the range is absolutely massive. So Newers here, as long as he keeps himself at bay or a distance, should be fine to avoid the flash, and Dots knows it too. There's half a round still to play. The mind games that could play out here could be absolutely ludicrous. In comes Newers, must know where the plant is going down, sees his man, and Newers yet again has got 2 Jackal tracks. You've still got a blitz on side. There is so much for Oxygen to work with here, but not really like that, Tim. In they come. Plant looking to go down nice and early, and a call coming out at the same time. Newers finds a 3k. What have they been feeding this guy, Tim? Because he's going absolutely nuclear.
Dodes is just trying to find a vertical angle with the red pings coming out, using that intel, but no success, really, as the diffuser goes down. That is going to be secured, and so now about 35 seconds left to do something about it. Dodes moves his way downstairs on the castle, but he's going to be pushing into the the blitz very, very soon. We just see him peeking around the doorway there. He knows that he's got the manpower ahead of him to be able to take the challenge, so he pushes forward. He gets aggressive. Dordes, he is in a tricky situation. Surely a matter of time.
Being really aggressive and not sitting back and letting the attackers come to you. Instead, wanting to take the fight to them. Diaz finding one more, bro. He is dead, I promise you of that much. So now it's down to just one. Volps, I've already shouted his name enough today. A bit of a quiet start. You don't mind when Dordes is going absolutely nuclear. But even for him, well, the best player across the second half of last year, around the world in all these major regions, I don't know if he can do it against 3.
The diffuser currently is in the hand of Hat, which is going to be coming off from the right-hand side of your screen. So Volps is focusing there at the minute, but it's ultimately Diaz who's able to move in through masks.
Impressive. So much good work being done by him, and we could be on for our third 3K in a row from Oxygen if he carries on at this breakneck pace.
I feel like the initial shots there were aimed towards that Selma charge on the door frame, and didn't really need to get so aggressive to take that out, and ultimately lost the fight 5 versus 3. And you just wonder here, W7M started out so well.
Brutal.
Yoga takes down Dots with the skeleton key through the wall. Great intel game. Obviously OXG just very aware of everything around them, where everybody is, what is happening, and the last man is cut down by Diaz. Who else? He didn't really seem to be playing in towards him. They weren't looking to clear him. It was all kind of site-based, but News has gone up there and got him. And right now W7M, they're in sort of last stand mode, Des. There's 3 of them. They're all inside a site. They either hold on or they don't. There is no other options. There's no plan B here.
No, Steve got time. No, I was just keeping freebie there for a second, but no. Information being fed back and forth. They know where one other is, and this is the problem. They almost get him. In fact, they do. Diaz finds his man, and Volts once again is in a 1 versus 3. I don't think even he can walk away with this one. Yog gets the kills, and Oxygen takes 6 rounds in a row to secure the bit of a death trap, unless Oxygen have done their homework and done a little bit of droning. Thing is, Tim, with the Oster on side, as mentioned, you're going to see an Archives door push. Unsurprisingly, that is where all their focus is. EMP's up over the top, plant going down. EMP's to try and cover away the C4, which, as you can now see, is stuck to the door and can do absolutely nothing. They'll get away with this, Tim, and now W7M have got to try and fight their way back in against all 5 players still up on the other side.
That is absolutely brilliant from OXG. EMP after EMP after EMP going in there to make sure that that Nitro did not disrupt the plant going down. They recognised W7M weren't in a position underneath to deal with it, and they've taken full advantage. The kills are coming back in. 3 versus 3 as Dash manages to find a double, but with 12 seconds left to go, this is going to be super tricky. Hat not only gets the diffuser down, he gets a key pair of kills to close out the round. OXG.
7M, that clock is now becoming the 6th man.
Yeah, they're just trying to create a little bit of a pinch here at OXG. They've got Hat moving through bathroom, Diaz through waiting room, Gomez up above. Hat does get taken down, but W7M have been able to wriggle away. They've got one into customs, but Gomez, he descends at the right time and finds his man. The plant is going down. Diaz is going to be able to stick this Dash. He's in a difficult spot here. Nitro goes out and he has to get back on it. Diaz, he's going to have to stick it, but can't. And Dash with a well-thrown Nitro just managed.
A round is coming down to the wire between these 2 squads.
They've still got, I was going to say, they've still got that Blackbeard to play in behind, but Dash, that's an essential kill. Managing to take down Yoga now leaves it super difficult for OXG. Diaz moving in, cannot find either, and will be...
What is going on below them, and sure, the RAM opening things up might move some players away, but I just feel W7M have to have one player that goes unknown about, and he can ruin the whole round.
That's going to be Dash. He's out in the bathroom at the minute on the Kaid. He is low health, which might not help, but he is in a position to potentially just spray through and deal with any plant attempt if OXG are able to get themselves in position to do that. We can see OXG just being chipped away at a little bit from underneath. 13 seconds left to go. Now is the time. Diaz manages to find Volts. There's the kill that I was talking about, but despite stopping that the smoke, that's going to be one of the key elements. Yes, the Nitro is going to be a factor potentially as well. I think they're just going to try and bait that out instead.
Is it bait?
It does do some work. Dots and Dash find one apiece, and you better believe that they are ready for it. This time 3v2 now, as it's just kill after kill raining in. 1v3. It is all up to Hat on the Ursa. It was a little bit of a bait and switch. They tried to play in from the Armory side, get them through on that Blackbeard. I
he's
suggested they would use him to create space, to get in there and force players out of position. Yogger is done for and taken down, and this is a clinical attack from W7M, Des. They recognised where the space was. It was at top east. There was nobody out there defending it, and they have walked in there quickly. They have moved across the map, and they have absolutely dissected the defence of Oxygen.
They knew that they knew where he was and shouldn't be getting himself picked off, and I thought you dug so far away here from your team. You're in a 3 versus 2. Playing for trades is the way to go. Thankfully, Gomez at least gets 1 back, and Dodez has got it all to do against 2. But this round is still losable if they're not careful.
Yeah, but as I suggested they might.
Oh dear.
Where is Yogger? He's retaken top floor, Des, and that is exactly what Oxygen were playing for. 30 seconds left to go, and a very, very difficult plant here, potentially. Dodez is going to try and tease it. He's going to try and put it down, but he knows he needs to go and take the fight. He doesn't have a choice here.
Got to force it because he knows he's got no chance of being able to stick it out for 7 seconds. The round comes in and Yogg's found his man. A bit too, though, direct towards sight, Tim. They're in for the rush, and can they find anything new as full white flash? But the plant is going down. A smoke to cover him off at the same time, and no one has died yet, Tim, but it's still going on.
Yeah, it's a classic attack, really. You get the smoke canisters out, you get the candelas going in, through the drone hole, into bathroom, and it makes it very difficult to do anything about the diffuser going down. But once again, we saw this from W7M on layer, where they saw an opportunity, they went in to take it aggressively, but they weren't always prepared for what came afterwards. And that's exactly the same here, Des. They just weren't ready for it. They weren't set up. They're using the toxic base to allow them to get onto the diffuser. Hat is going to be able to secure it. The kills came in, and there. I'm not really sure how much work he's going to be able to do. It's going to be a tough ask, really, to try and get anything done. It's also leaving the rest of Oxygen a little short-handed. Yogger and Gomez up on this top floor trying to hold on to sight, but as one is cut down, Yogger is now pinned in the lockers area, going to be taken down behind half wall, and that's going to allow Dots to get the diffuser down. Doesn't even have time. There he goes. The smokes will be deployed, but Yogger manages to pick up Dash. 5 versus 4, however, the plant will be stuck, and that is now confirmed. That's it, Oxygen once again on the back foot against the clock, trying to work on that retake. We've seen them do it fantastically well so far, but the kills aren't coming this time, Des.
Oh, and the place is just feeding so much information for them as well. But now he's gone down to them without a shield. No call left on the Vault side here. They're basically out of the utility they need. In fact, as I say that, it comes back up, Tim. The call's coming through. The disable's going on. It's halfway done, but Vaults has got the vertical 3 versus 3. 2 kills come back over. They've got to find one more, Tim. They're down to the last few seconds as well, straight upstairs. This one looks a bit cut, though, Tim.
Dodez was scrambling to get back onto that top floor, and you feel like there was maybe an opportunity. There was maybe an opportunity for OXG to hold on to that attempt at disabling the diffuser, but they didn't.
Here we go.
They want to get this done.
They've rushed straight in. The Candela's coming in this time round to really do a bit of work for them. They're in for the same plant again by the looks of it, Tim. Dot's in a different location. Smoke's going down deep, but I don't think they can stop this one. In fact, Volts is straight in, and he's causing absolute chaos along with Dodez. Nothing really to be said about it. W7M, they were in a 5 versus 3. They might lose one back, but the plant is down, and this one does not look winnable.
No, it's very difficult now to try and fight back against this W7M because they're in position. They just feel like they were more prepared for that rush of a plant this time than maybe they were last time around. Dash is going to pick up Hat. 2 versus 4. We can see utility just being thrown in now. The asphyxiation bolts from Lobin doing their job, preventing them pushing in. Need to be careful. Oh, jumping in through the window. Diaz got 2. Could have been 3. It was does manage to find 2. Gomez onto Dash. I take back everything I said, Oxygen. They've come out looking like their tails on fire at the minute, Des, and they are running through W7M right now. 5 versus 3.
They've shot 3 players in the back there, Tim. It just feels like W7M didn't do their homework with the drones, had no idea what was coming, and have paid the price for it as a result. Almost getting rid of Gomez, but didn't know about Diaz, the second player coming down the red stairs. He gets the trade back the other way. Now it's a 1 versus 4 for Lobin. I know he's got a lot of time to play with Tim, but I'm not optimistic. And Noah's agrees. 3 kills.
W7M settle. Don't let them have anything easy. It's causing a little bit of a problem for them, but not much here. They kind of just leaving him out in the cold. Volps is doing the work on the book. He's in cocktail, ripping the floor up. It's not a massive problem because Dordez is kind of holding that in position at the minute. So manages to find Gomez as well. Dots takes down Hat. Much better from W7M here in round 2.
Just again, really good response to what came out there. Gomez coming up red stairs. Brilliant call from Hat. He says, okay, no other guys on piano stage. A 2 versus 1 is formed, but W7M are almost using the piano player as bait there, knowing that Oxygen are likely to go aggressive and try and punish that solo player. So just really good bits of team play coming out of both teams, but W7M, they've been 1 step ahead so far in this round, and that is why they've got this 4 versus 2.
Yoga can't quite find his man back on the white stairs there, so we're going to see a Vulcan canister detonated as well to prevent any drop coming through into Laundry for the time being, but there's lots of seconds left on the clock. 40 for W7M to continue working with. They've got everything they could wish for on the vertical angles. The sledge of Dash is continuing to rip up the floorboards there to gain angle after angle. It's just about just now getting that diffuser into a position to put it down on reading door, and that's going to be the next step.
But here comes the round they're looking for. If Yoga gets his first kill, then this could really unsettle the execute coming out from W7M. Diffuser is now going down. Flash is at least keeping him at bay. Down goes one more. Dodez on fire in the round with a 3K. And Yug might try his best, but it's going to be a closeout for Volps. W7M.
Blitz moves straight in. We'll see the smokes, and they're going to get into position and start putting that diffuser down. What can Oxygen do about it? They've got no vertical on here. They're trying to fight their way back in. Dodez is going to catch out Yoga. Gomez is there for the trade, but it doesn't matter because the diffuser's down, and now OXG are on the back foot and working against the clock once again.
Hat's really got a kill. Got to get a kill here on red, I think, to make this work out for them. Sees the one, and it's a great kill that he gets. But knowing there'll be one more on the window, and you've still got the Dokkaebi ringing out, so much working against him. You've got to see for in back pocket. My man, no! Exposes his feet and naturally through perspective loses the kill. In comes the blitz at the same time. But can they make it work? No, they cannot. W7
there. Gomez is the real problem for W7M at the minute. He's in VIP. He's not been moved. We can see his shield is still present as well. So they are trying to sort of prod and poke back there. They're not really finding the answer. 3 versus 3 as a couple of kills come in. Diaz was there to support Gomez and just keep them locked in that position. He does the same again with a kill onto Volps, and that is really important for OXG, just holding on to that VIP side and making it really difficult for W7M. They never made any. They're going to have to try and get themselves into piano, and that's all they've really got. They can't get above, they can't really use the verticals, and I feel like it could suit OXG a little bit more. But saying that, Dots and Lobin managed to pick up 2, but as I've said, OXG, they're able to continue fighting back here. Yoga manages to find one on the return. 3 versus 3.
I've got the man in the window. This is the problem with this white window. It restricts all movement down it, but also from you playing inside a bathroom, which is such a key power point to keep control of piano itself. It's now gone against them. Just 2 left standing. DS and Yog to hold, both dug inside a cocktail, and W7M have got all the time in the world to work with him. They've been really good when they've got this man advantage in the clock to work with to not then make silly mistakes that cost them rounds. In fact, Dash is out on a drone. They want to know what's going on before they start their push forward.
Yeah, this is it. They pretty much pinned back into cocktail now. Dots is tickling the diffuser, looking at potentially putting it down. That kill will surely signal the opportunity to do so, which it does. Dots, he's going to stick it this time, but actually the time won't be allowed for him as Dashman, as we would expect, just the last little bits of preparation are going on. But I tell you what, they better be ready because W7M are not messing about, Des. Here comes the blitz once again. That rush is happening. Dots is going to take a lot of damage on the way in, but he gets to where he needs to be. Dordez manages to find the entry onto Yoga, and the plant is down again. W7M, they're going to have to maybe not do much.
He's now trying to push in through the electrified walls of that top floor. It's going to be really, really tough.
It is. Dots is going to find himself in position now to potentially think about putting this diffuser down. He just creeps on inside the site. The question is, are OXG aware of this? And if they are, is there anything they can do? Because they might find themselves challenged. He's just walked in and put it down. That is a big mistake from OXG there, Des. They've got away with one. W7M here. They continue to do it, whether it's the rushers, whether it's the sneak plants. We see see one just being downed as well. 4v4, and this is not looking good for the NA side.
Dots is cleaning house here as well. He's the one who's got it all done. Got that diffuser down, crept back out towards Train, and got 3 kills for his time as well. Lobbing on towards Yogg, and Volts with the close. Before we can even think about that.
Almost able to find a kill, but no, Dordes cuts down Hat, and again W7M are just able to improve on their situation. Dordes with the trade onto Yogg, who had picked up Dots. 4 versus 2, and W7M are in a great spot now. They can just hold their angles. I was going to say hold their angles, but Dordes says, no, I'm going to go looking for more. He manages to find Diaz, and it's all up to Newers. Misses his opportunity on Volt. Newers manages to find Volts, and that could create a bit of space. Diaz is looking to get himself down and into a position to deliver this diffuser on into sight. Newers is alert to the danger. Dot's taken down, and OXG is starting to pick this defense apart one piece at a time, but W7M are fighting back, and with 15 seconds left to go, OXG are gonna have to take a risk, and they do. Newers goes deep into sight. Yogg finds another, and that was a
attacking side of things. Really for OXG, it's about now making use of those. Yogg is, for me at least, going to be the key driver, of course, a bit quicker than the Blackbeard. Looks to get aggressive and up nice and close, and sure enough, both shields are dropping in here, Tim. They're looking to do what they can, but they've missed out Dash, who was sat under the skylight and has caused so much damage, a 3k for himself, and like that, OXG's attack is over.
We just saw Newers on the player cam there, and I think his expression really said it all, kind of just rubbing his forehead, knowing that that one had fallen apart, that they've made a mistake there, that they've just allowed W7M to slip through the net to Dash there, just in such a lethal position, and he does a great job. He's still holding on to that now. He's going to play the rest of his life there, because why not? Dordes manages to find Hat. Dash gets himself another one. It's flawless for W7M.
They've still got time to play with here. I know we're coming down to that last 60 seconds or so, and you start thinking, God, got to get a bit of a move on.
Clear him.
But at this point, they've lost the player on Hatch. This is a stinger, because now they've got to drop in, and look who's waiting. It's Dots, who's still sat here. Volt's covering up his top side as well, so no one can threaten him there, and there's a C4 ready to go. No drop has come on through, so this will find no one. A good bait, if nothing else, coming out from OXG.
They've got to clear him, because if they don't, he's going to continue to hurt them. Dash manages to find Hat. There's the spray, and that's the kill they needed. That could open the round for OXG. It gives them the opportunity to drop the hatch and to start pushing on in towards start. Yogg is going to take an awful lot of damage. He has to take the goo mine out. He finds one through the smoke, but he will be taken out from the evil eye. 2v1. He's going to have to throw it down here, Newers. There's almost no time left, and that is W7M closing it out. Despite a great attempt by OXG, they just can't get it over the line. But